You're listening to Tux Tuesdays live on Raw 12:51 AM at the MaRaWthon 2015, where I would say at this point, usually hosting the show would be James and Matt, but sadly both are incapacitated because they're blindfolded at the minute, because we're about to play Taking the Biscuit on your student radio station, one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. And the idea of this feature is we have, for a special occasion at the MaRaWthon 2015, James, Josh, Greer and Amy are going to be eating biscuits, essentially, for charity. But the thing is, because they're blindfolded, they don't know what they're going to be eating. Although they do know it's biscuits. And also, they have no idea what biscuits I'm going to be putting in front of them. Now, they gave me free license to go to our local campus shop and buy some biscuits. Now, I must admit, I kind of went on overdrive, and I believe I have more than 10 varieties of biscuit, which they will have about 2 minutes to try and guess as many as they can in the process. I believe that they have now finished blindfolding themselves and poking themselves in the eye. So what we're going to do is ask the two of them to go up. The four of them are going to be going up in teams. So I'm going to take James and Josh. If you would like to get up off the sofa and make your way over to the far side of the bench. So they are now moving together. It's almost like a couple walking down the aisle. We just need the bridal march. And so we're going to guide them out of the gazebo and over and towards the biscuits. Now they are going to have to mind for the edge of the gazebo, so they will have to duck as they go past this. They're moving slower than I thought they ever could. It is fair to be said. And now I'm going to take them in between the flag and the gazebo pole over to the first section of the biscuits. They are approaching the bench. And so, chaps, I'm going to ask you to stop. Do not sit down, please, or else you're going to squish the biscuits. Okay, so please, so you turn around, James, and Josh, you're already facing the right direction. And so you're going to probably have to kneel for this.
Oh, God.
So if you'd like to perch, now I'm going to take Greer and Amy. If you'd like to both stand up and keep going. So you go this way. So I'm taking Amy and Greer over to the closer side of the bench. So I'm going to get them to. So Amy, you kneel there, and Greer, you go a bit further forward. Yep. And you go. So what has happened is Greer and Amy are onto the gazebo side of the bench, and James and Josh are on the piazza side of the bench. And to describe the situation, both have more than 10 varieties of biscuit on a piece of kitchen roll. We'll get folks a seat. Each of them have a number of different more than 10 varieties of biscuits in front of them on the bench in the piazza as part of the MaRaWthon 2015. Greer will be feeding Amy biscuits, and Josh will be feeding James biscuits. But the idea is that both of them don't know what biscuit they are being fed. They have to guess as many as they can, whilst being... they must guess as many as they can in the process, and try just not to leave a trail of crumbs everywhere. So what I'm going to do is place Greer's hands onto her pile of biscuits to give to Amy, and I'm going to place Josh's hand, Josh's left hand, on the biscuits he's going to be using. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you have 2 minutes to guess as many varieties of biscuits as are possible.
Do I have to guess by touch?
They're asking, so what's going to So what we're going to do, when I say go, is they are going to both take the biscuits and feed them to the other person. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, when I say go, you start feeding and start guessing. So in 3, 2, 1, go.
What do you think that is?
Yeah, but I'm gonna go.
Bourbon!
This one feels like Oreo.
First one.
So at the minute they're starting to eat the biscuits. Josh is feeding something to James, which is pale in colour.
Bourbon!
And might be purpley, and they have a bourbon. That is correct. Greer is about to feed Amy something, and they say it's a custard cream.
Is it?
And they are right there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you another one.
How does that biscuit taste, James?
Oh, I know what this one is.
Party ring. Party ring.
It was not chocolatey. That biscuit wasn't chocolatey.
It's a party ring.
Amy has just been fed a party ring.
Custard cream!
And Josh has just shouted out a custard cream, which he isn't actually holding.
Oh no, there's another one.
Which he's got queued up next. It's like a production line of things waiting to go into James's mouth. Apparently, I think, if only Josh was holding a ginger nut right now. So Josh is pushing something into James's mouth. It's going in, and he's missed completely. It's now in. Amy now has something quite round in her hand, and she's just taking a small nibble of that, and she's confirming that's a rich tea. James and Josh are still in conversation. Greer and Amy are passing something which is round between their hands. And what's Amy saying? Amy saying that's a chocolate chip cookie. She is correct there.
I've got another one for you. Go.
There we go. Josh and James have correctly identified that they've got a hobnob, which is at the minute, as it's been eaten, semicircular in shape. It's like a moon in the sky, but on a piece of kitchen roll in the piazza.
I've lost it!
Greer is holding a biscuit which she thinks is a ginger nut in her hands. Amy has a ginger nut in her hands, and she's got it. Josh has identified the shortbread as he gives Josh a finger. She gives James a finger. James devours it. Not completely. And so they're still going through. This is incredibly complicated. Javo, I think, has a bit too much in his mouth, and he has correctly identified a custard cream. It's all getting pretty manic. Guys, I'm going to have to stop you. It's been 2 minutes.
Rich tea.
And James and Javo just correctly identified a rich tea. After that, congratulations, guys. You've made a complete mess.
Can we have a look?
If you'd like to remove your blindfolds, you can see the biscuits that you have eaten and the mess you have made on the table.
Hobnob, we got that. Bourbon, we got that. Custard cream, we got that. Rich tea, we got that.
So they're now just going through their list of
ginger nut.
3,
items
4,
that
5,
they managed
6,
to identify.
7, 8,
or
9,
I think
10,
rather than
11.
identify, they are more looking at the number of biscuits.
Greer thinks they got 11. Josh, how many do you think you got?
72.
72. So 72 to 11.
72 to 11. From looking at the amount of biscuits that were eaten, I think Greer and Amy's strategy has been to take smaller bites of biscuits in order to get through more.
Because Greer was force feeding me them by the second.
It's because from touch I knew what they were, so I was going,
She was
Amy,
just shoving them in.
Amy, confirm that this is a Garibaldi, please. And then she did.
Okay.
I made this one we thought was a Garibaldi.
It appears that most of them have no idea what some of the biscuits actually are.
Is this a Garibaldi? That's a Garibaldi.
I think it's safe to say we've made complete fools of ourselves on the piazza in front of the whole uni.
As part of the MaRaWthon 2015, essentially these guys have just been making complete fools of themselves, as James has said, for charity, entirely for charity. We are raising money for 100 hours throughout this week for Scope, which is a disability awareness charity helping and supporting and improving the lives of people up and down the country, aiming to change people's assumptions about disability, and in the process helping more than 250,000 disabled people and their families every year. We hope you enjoy Taking the Biscuit on Tux Tuesdays for this afternoon. Be there, same time, same place next week. It's back to James and Matt after Imagine Dragons.